This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start that over.
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You will hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
This is Officer Rodney Farva, and you're listening to the hottest show on the net, Late Night with Ed Money.
Hi. Why, hello, my friends. You listen to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. You can reach it. You can reach us on a ton of sites. Go to the main site. Click on everything's right there. Like, share, subscribe. Tell 2 friends. It helps the metrics out. All that algorithm that they're
all
doing,
that jazz.
it helps us out. So please, thank you for doing that. Thank you for the music. This is off all that whole slew of EPs that came our way. It's a group called Maybe. I like it. It's song is called Not Getting Younger. It's another synthwave like the last one.
Yes.
Show. I know, synthwave. But it reminds me of a girl. Do you remember Elizabeth Daly? She was Pee-wee's girlfriend on...
it wasn't Elizabeth Daly. I thought it was PJ Daly or something like that, or...
E.G. Daly?
Something Daly.
Yeah, Elizabeth Daly was...
She was
really,
Dottie in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
She was Dottie.
And she's also in...
She was a singer.
She was in Valley Girl. She actually did a singing part in the movie Better Off Dead.
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic girl. Had a cute little mousy...
She was hot.
Well,
in her 80s way.
This song reminds me of that.
Okay.
Of that
Something
sound.
Daly.
Yeah, Elizabeth... I want to say her name's Elizabeth Daly. That sticks me off the head. So audience members, check that out. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money, who you just heard a second ago and who's the only one left
I'm
here.
the only one here today. Thanks a lot, guys.
This is CPAP Chuck.
What's up?
Chuck Dick. Chuck Dick.
Yeah, I would like to thank the people that dropped out at the very last moment.
Yes, I'm
Jerks.
telling you. Yeah, that's all right. They did. Audience members, you get to hear us, and we're the
jerks.
We're the funny ones out of it all.
We're the conceited ones. So.
It is. No, well, thank you for the years, and this year is starting out great. So thank you for doing that. We got a new sponsor coming in, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, but it's going to be hitting us. If you want your music heard, you want your product mentioned, you want anything, please get a hold of us.
You want your band heard? Send us some band shirts, 2XL,
Yes.
and I'll wear it on the show.
Yes, please do that. In fact, I want to thank again everybody for getting a hold of me. And we got new guests coming on this year, people that have never been on the show before. Nurse D is going to be on
right
in
on.
2
Yeah,
weeks, so look for that. Because we have good questions, like my canker sore question that I had.
Hey, do you still have it?
No, it might be there. The mold might still be there.
The scab is there. It was so big it scabbed over. You had to put one of those little butterfly Band-Aids on it.
Dude, do you remember growing up and using those butter? And then when you didn't have any, you made one out of medical tape.
Yeah.
You cut your own or out of duct tape.
And it didn't work the same.
It never worked.
Dude, 90% of the time when I was a kid growing up, we didn't have Band-Aids.
Oh my God.
You wrapped a paper towel around it with some masking tape. Hope for the best. It'll be all right.
Electrical tape or something.
It'll grow back.
Oh, do you know what happened to my mom? Matter of fact, I feel so bad. This is one of those moments where you just go, because they don't listen.
Wasn't your mom a nurse?
Yes, my mom.
Okay.
My mom was like a Jamaican, and for the audience, she really was. She had. This is how crazy. She during that era.
Yeah.
That whole. I think she was one of those Cabbage Patch mutants. Yeah, like the theory.
She came in a box with yarn hair, big chubby cheeks. She had her own birth certificate.
Do you ever heard the theory that they said, okay, ready? I'm going to go deep rabbit hole.
Oh, God, here we go. And it's just me here.
I know, it's way off the list, but it's a deep rabbit hole that I can't believe. For the audience out there, I'm the conspiracy guy that all these guys believe one thing, and then I'm the guy, and then pretty soon, 8 months later, they go, hey, remember when you mentioned this
That
thing?
was never me.
It was, well, I know Monk is definitely not. He doesn't say.
I'm never like, you know what, you were right about that, Ed. No.
But I usually am.
But you might be right about the New Jersey drones being controlled by Godzilliano. Hey, I'm Godzilli.
Shooting Parmesan cheese out. Right.
Anyhow.
Right. So this was the deep rabbit hole, is that they said at somewhere in the past, whatever years, say 200 years, 300 years, there was a cataclysmic event. We've been lied to about our whole history. Everything's a lie. We're living on not a flat earth. We're living on an earth that is so much bigger than we're being told. We're in a dome kind of routine. We're God's ant farm. I know. Just listen. Follow me. The look says it all. Just yeah, but anyways, if you listen.
You're in a dome, all right. The Dome of Despair.
the Dome of Despair. They said, this is one of the theories. It makes sense. Listen. You know how they said Noah, the flood that happened?
He built the ark.
Built the ark.
Every 2 animal on there in like a day and a half.
And the world flooded. And then the waters receded and they rebuilt. Well, the ongoing theory, a lot of these people, not saying it's right or wrong, but a lot of stuff makes sense, is that what happens is, during whatever cataclysmic event happened in the past, a large percentage of the world's population passed on. And what are you looking at?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
But you're doing the condescending. It's like, you love making yourself laugh, don't you?
I do.
No, so what happened is they said the cataclysmic event happened. And during that cataclysmic event, that the world needed there was technology far more advanced than we possibly knew. Like how
rocks and chalkboards.
How the pyramids got built, all that kind of stuff. Sound technology. They had all kinds of different technologies existed. Crystal technology, magnetics.
I love technology.
Right. Science. All that happened, and then whatever cataclysmic event, be it God, be it
whatever happened.
Flooded the earth.
Everybody died.
And then all of a sudden, people came back out and said, we need to repopulate again. Now, whatever elites were elite at that time, the governing bodies or what have you.
Probably Jeff Bezos
said, hey, look.
Elon Musk.
Said,
probably Zuckerberg. Those guys.
Right. It's funny because they dig up a lot of photos and these people look like them in the past.
No.
Well, so what
I'm not even. No.
What they propose, this is one of the theories, is that they say that we need to repopulate the world. So what happened was...
Well, somebody took a wrong turn.
They found certain technologies they found. Like, how they say there's a vault in the Vatican that has tons of paranormal stuff that's there, and they say there could be
I've
fucking
really never
werewolves.
Heard that.
Really?
I never heard that. Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole nother rabbit hole, but I won't get into that. But
I did hear the Pope open some doors though that he shouldn't have.
Yes, for
So-
Jubilee. Yes, that happened. And the funny part was there was still webcams in there before.
Yeah, how did they show the video of him opening the door and walking in? I'm like, well, how'd these guys get in there?
Somebody had
There's
a
some
camera.
shenanigans.
There's some shenanigans. That's right. There was webcams in
Just
there.
like when those guys are
Right.
getting off the space capsule on the moon in the first time.
Right.
Who was recording them? Because it's got him jumping off the ladder. I will give him that one. I'm like, wait a minute.
It was Godzilliano.
Hey, I got a camera for Christmas.
Here's the funny part. Did you know? Here's part of that conspiracy. When he lands, the iconic photo of the footprint when John Glenn,
His boots are on the wrong feet.
Neil.
Hey, wait a minute. He can fly. He's smart enough to fly into space, but he can't put his shoes on right. Hey, Godzilliano, I'll help you. Let me help you with those boots.
There was two things they said with that. One, the iconic Neil Armstrong. Excuse me. That was he was the was it Neil Armstrong?
John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin. Yeah. And the other guy, he's like the last Lennon. He's the last Beatle.
He was the other Beatle.
The black
Yeah.
Beatle that was a saxophone player.
Yeah.
You know that. Well,
Clarence Clemens.
Clarence Clemens. So he was.
I'm just kidding. He was with Bruce Springsteen.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, you almost had me there. The iconic photo of Neil Armstrong's foot that of when he hit the dust. The funny part was it has ridges in the photo, but their actual boots were flat. So why
would they put grippies on them? Why would they give him boots with no gription? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I want you guys to slide and fall down and lose your oxygen pack.
You can imagine all this stuff. They're like, whoop, 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 whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, 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 whoop.
This shit's ice. Couldn't put fucking tread on my shoe.
Fly this far.
Who's the ad campaign wizard that sold this thing to NASA?
The best the lowest bidder can provide. That's what it is. So, anyways, that was a conspiracy theory. Well, many more about the moon landing, but one of the thing was this cataclysmic event happened. The elites hid the history because people were scattered, so you didn't have it, but they found technology of cloning. And this is listen. They said this is what happened is all of a sudden you used to be able to go to the 1901, 1903, the World Fair. They went in and they had incubator babies that you could bring home. You could go to the fair.
What, and buy one?
You could bring and bring.
No.
Yes.
Where
Absolutely.
did you hear that?
Absolutely correct.
Would you rather have a
Look it
corn dog? Fuck taking a baby home. I have a corn dog and an elephant here. I'm not getting
Carrying him by his foot, you know.
How do you cook these?
He's got a 3-pack.
Yeah.
You know, he's carrying them around
Buy 'em in
sale.
bulk.
That's right. But they did. And then here's the question. They said they used to have orphan trains of kids, orphans, that they would send out to orphanages that they were building. And the funny part was they were pre-existing buildings that they sent them to. Well, how did that happen? And on top of it, if now...
What are you talking about? They built a building and we're like, yeah, we'll take orphans.
No, dude. The buildings were concrete and marble and all the stuff that they did. How did they get it there? And
What are you talking about? What year are you talking?
During this time. The
They had
turn of the
concrete?
century. Not in these buildings that they were just finding. They were already... Anyways, listen. So then the conspiracy is that they made incubator babies. They made these...
Is that the test tube babies we had in
like
the
a
80s?
test tube babies, and then they grew them, and that's what there's a skip generation of just these clones that they use DNA from past people and created a whole generation of. You notice how afterwards all the orphanages, all those places closed down? Why did they close down? Don't you think we need them now? Just put a couple homeless in there.
I'm sure there's still orphanages.
There's some furry orphanages that you can.
Yeah, there's still orphanages.
Where?
That's where people go to adopt babies.
Where?
Like in other countries.
We call it APL here.
No, that's for pets. Animal Protective League, not orphanage.
Right. OPL. Yeah, you're right. No, that's what it is. This was part of that conspiracy theory that they're saying all these babies were clone babies that were created in labs. And
I don't know what website you're going on.
Hear me now,
but go back to Pornhub. Please go back to Pornhub.
And let's see, I'm going to incubator babies. Oh, look, Pornhub.
That's your history.
I accidentally
Conspiracy Pornhub.
That's nothing educational in my history. Just those two
Conspiracy
things.
theories.
Just those two things. Bigfoot stuff.
And you were not connecting those two together.
Oh, dude, no. Do you know what's... Oh, I had to tell you this before I get it. I watched it last night. I forgot to add it to our list. I have to tell you this for the audience out there. Again, this is... on the show previous, I mentioned the eras, how you can identify eras.
Yeah.
Another thing... And this isn't to be nostalgic.
Is this on the list?
No. This, as I said, well, I just recalled that last night, but I got all gummied up and I couldn't think, and I forgot to write it down. Dude, since I'm experimenting.
You're way past that now.
You think so?
You've been using THC products for like 6 months now.
Okay, that's
way past experimenting.
In your lifetime, that's just a razor thin piece of it. So I'm still learning, and I'm telling you,
you are a slow learner,
dude, because it's a new experience to me. Because here's the thing,
How long did it take you to become an experienced drinker?
Oh God, just minutes.
What's the difference?
The effects. I don't see things, and I don't. All my senses. When I told you, all my senses go to 11 on the THC, but on the booze, it goes down to 2.
That's because you're sleeping and drooling on yourself. Well,
oh, dude,
I think I heard something. Oh, that was me pooping my pants.
I was watching on YouTube, and it came up. I don't know what made me watch it. It was 10 creepy facts about the $6 million man.
Okay.
All right.
He only had one bionic leg.
He had 2 bionic legs.
One arm.
One bionic arm.
Which would suck because you're bench pressing 1,000 pounds on one side. Exactly. And your other arm's this noodle. Well, okay, it's time to arm wrestle, but it's the wrong arm.
Right. I wonder if he had a lot of static charge at his house. He's walking around building.
I wonder how bad his peen was worn down. I bet you he whacked with the $6 million arm.
Oh, God, that's great. Right. So I was watching this thing, and I found out, did you know, like, they brought up the episode with Bigfoot.
Yes, that was a great one.
How Bigfoot was like a
robot.
A bionic Bigfoot.
He ripped his arm off.
Yeah, he did.
He ripped Bigfoot's arm off. I felt bad for Bigfoot. I'm like, Steve Austin, you son of a bitch. He just wants to be hugged. I don't care if he's beating you up in a space tunnel.
Oh, dude, and it was great because I'm laughing at so many things that they probably thought was either sexy or something. Well, they had...
Or just like cutting edge.
Oh, right.
Dude, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have him have one eye that can see a mile close up. The other eye is just going to go blind from not being used ever.
He has one eye that can see, the other one has glaucoma.
He's got a big Coke bottle glass on the one. He's got a monocle. A $6 million monocle.
But it's super...
What, you couldn't give me 2 eyes? Was that so hard?
That's and one of them, it actually telescoped out like this.
Every time he blinks, his eyelids are like, ow. They fold around it.
You know, there was blink, blink. Yeah, no, but dude, it was great.
You only had enough money for one arm?
Right. It was such a great...
that was a great show when we were kids, though.
When you were a kid.
I even had the $6 million man action figure. It came with an engine, and he put it in his hand and clicked the button on his back.
Dude, I had one too.
And then you could roll back the skin on his arms.
Yes.
And take the chips out.
They said that collectors are prizing if that skin is still intact.
Right, because it was just silicone.
Yeah, it decayed and stuff. So and they talked about the action figure that they said ended up being more like a doll than they didn't plan on it. They wanted it to be a collectible.
Yeah.
And it had like an eye that you could
look through. And it did not bring things closer.
It just had a panorama.
It was like a fisheye lens.
It was a fisheye lens. Well, the best part is I was watching it and they talked about the Bigfoot. And Bigfoot, which was really cool to me, the first Bigfoot
looked like Chewbacca.
Was played by Andre the Giant.
Yes.
And they said the crew loved it, but the people that ran the studio hated it because their budget went through the roof because he ate so much and
Yeah,
he
I drank so much.
Drank so much.
Like, listen,
They said-
Andre, you're here for one episode.
Right. During lunch, they said it was not uncommon. He would drink a 12-pack at lunch.
I heard he drank like 26 beers,
Insane. They said that
Yeah.
he was just, well, it
which
would
is
be
a normal
this-
Saturday at Ed's basement for him, but, you know.
Right, but you got to figure.
But he ate like
to Andre the
15
Giant.
dozen
That's
eggs.
a normal
Yeah.
beer, and it would be that.
It'd be like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
That dude is just huge.
Just big, just huge. Yeah. So they had Andre Giant, and then the other season, because it was such a great character, they
they
brought
brought in
back.
a guy a little shorter.
No, they brought back Lurch from the Addams Family.
Dude, he had to be like 70 by then.
That's who played the character, and they had a close up of him all makeuped up, and he's like, and they showed him.
That's my best Lurch impression. That's all you get.
That's better than the
Underwater.
the underwater talk. But I was like, $6 million man, and they said the equivalent dollar value would be like $40 million now. $6 million to be
Yeah.
$40 million, and they said, in all honesty, that's normal upgrades on any person. Like if you got a robotic arm,
Yeah, or a hip or whatever. Yeah.
and it doesn't do half of what
Steve did.
Right,
He was
right.
way ahead of his time.
Dude.
And then there was the bionic Lindsay Austin.
Lindsay Wagner.
Wagner, that's
this is the
it.
part that amazed me. Is I'm just sitting there and watching, and they're talking about because you're out of your mind. You just
yeah, but you're
glazed.
taking it in.
I'm taking it in, and I'm watching this thing, and they talked about there was like a series where they decided to upgrade Steve Austin, and they gave him a Roger Waters mustache. Like,
That pencil thin mustache.
this
He looked like he should have been a manager at McDonald's in the 70s. It was like real, like, you want a McDLT? Hot stays hot, cool stays cool. You like mustache?
no.
I'm banging the fry cook.
And then they said they had such bad feedback from the audience that they had to shave him because it was so bad. But the part that amazed
Like
me,
Lee. Go home and shave.
right? Then
Get that
they
shit off your lip.
the part that I was amazed watching, and again, probably because I'm a pervert or something, is the fact that they showed episodes, and then they said, well, they wanted to. That was right. Was 70s? It was its late 70s, right?
For Bionic Man?
Yes.
I think it started in like 75.
Okay, something like that.
Because I think I still lived in Lorraine at the time.
Right? Yeah.
And we moved to
it was.
Amherst in
I thought it was
76.
the late 70s. So yeah.
Maybe.
And-
Yeah, but I remember I got the Bionic doll, and then my cousin it was a like chamber you put him in, and there was all these little holes in the plastic chips.
Yeah.
And you connected like hoses to them. Yeah.
You could pump them full of juice.
Something. And then the Bionic Woman action figure, you could take her face off, and it was circuitry.
That right? Okay. Well, what
She was a robot, man.
that's what happened
She was a fembot.
is they took and they said in the era at that time is that there were contract negotiations going on because at that Lee Majors, which wasn't his real name, his name was like Harvey something.
Poor Lee Majors.
Right, Lee Majors.
Yeah, he might have been the Fall Guy too.
He was. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a fall guy, and he was married. He was married to Farrah Fawcett at the time.
Good for him.
Farrah Fawcett was my it girl. Like,
That was your first celebrity crush.
well, she was in Logan's Run.
Charlie's Angels.
Wait, yeah, she was in Logan's Run, Charlie's Angels, and
Cannonball Run.
Cannonball Run. There it was,
Yeah.
Cannonball Run. Yeah,
Yeah, she was just beautiful.
she was just stunningly beautiful.
and she had eraser nipples.
Yes, she did. Well, this is what I was going to get at. Is that right before the contract negotiations, they
They're
had
like, hey, see that chick with the thumb-sized nipples? She's gonna do this for $50 and be Bionic Woman. What do you think, Lee?
with the thumbs.
I wondered if you were gonna catch it.
This way or this way? You know?
That's a shout out to my buddy Charlie at work. He'd always be like, "Did you see her jugs? See her J's?" He'd always say J's. See her J's? She had thumb-sized nipples.
Well, they did this thing where they said that to spice up the show, just like all that era, the first thing they
Yeah.
would do is throw a woman in Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers. They throw all these women.
Or that's the era of Three's Company.
Yes.
And it was kind of that. They're trying to be 70s,
Yes.
peace, love, blah, blah, blah.
Peace and love. Well, this is the thing that got to me is I was like, and I'm not, you would love it, but I'm watching it and they did this thing with Lindsay Wagner where the $6 million man, he had that weird eye thing going on.
He was almost like Tim Misney, which is a
Yes.
look him up for those people not in the area. He's
Right.
a attorney,
Lawyer. Yeah.
attorney around us, and his big thing is like this eyebrow that's raised, and he's like, I'll make them pay. And then we have all these billboards around the area, and it'll just be like from here up, and it'll be his eyebrow, and you're
Right.
like, oh my god, it's Misney,
It's Tim Misney.
or it'll
That's
just
right.
say, you know what I do.
Right, you make
And
him pay.
the dude, he's
fantastic.
His marketing team was amazing.
Yeah, yes, that's probably where he gets all his suits. Well, they had this thing where Lee Majors was talking to the girl, and it ended up being Lindsay Wagner, and how she got hurt in like a skydiving accident or something. That's how she got her bionic powers. Because he
And I
contacted.
can't remember how she got hers. I know his was a spaceship crashing.
Yes, yeah.
She's breaking up. She's breaking up.
So as he's talking to her, she's just turning, but she had no. That was
I'm gonna have to look for that now.
That's the era where they wore no
No
bras on shows.
Did she have? I don't even remember.
She had
like-
very small breasts.
Oh, I was gonna say,
which
did
is
she have
perfect.
some banana boobs? Or,
Yes, yeah. They kind of did.
Oh, the ski slopes, the torpedoes, if you will. Man, the torpedoes.
But it was, and I thought Lindsay Wagner was beautiful.
I really
Beautiful, dude.
don't remember her.
She's Elizabeth.
You know what I mean?
She's like Elizabeth Montgomery from.
I remember
Bewitched
the
Beautiful.
action figure more than I remember her.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lindsay Wagner was just beautiful, dude. To me, I like a monk is a Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Linda Carter was hot.
I think Lindsay Wagner was prettier.
You know what?
That's right. You're disappointed in me. Is that what it is?
Well, I'm not the first person to tell you that.
That's usually my girlfriends. But that's so
Every relative.
Right, every relative. So, dude, he was just looking at her going, it was during that era that all the shows, none of the girls wore bras.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that whole.
Who cares? Just go with it. What do you need them to wear bras?
Well, it just looked. From a 2024 perspective, it just looked so cheap and cheesy.
Yeah, but when you're 13,
Right.
like, well, I guess I could use this.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, it was. You do that in your mind. In your mind, you're doing a maybe, maybe.
You're like looking like, wonder what that looks like underneath.
Oh god, that's the greatest. Dude. And then if you saw a movie with a bikini scene, that was all she wrote. That was it. You're like,
Gotta go to the bathroom.
the bathrooms are filled at the movie theater. It's a lot of flushing toilets. A lot. Oh god! I just happened to see that $6 million Tubi. It's a damn Tubi and Pluto TV.
You know,
does it
I
to me.
watch, like I said, I watch those vintage commercials on
Yes.
YouTube, and I subscribed on one of the social media pages. It was Vintage Toy Emporium, as I think the page name.
Oh, really?
But it's cool because it'll show like a Christmas catalog page from like Sears catalog from '78. It'll show all the Star Wars toys
dude,
and the
great.
prices and whatnot. And I'm like, I remember holding that Sears catalog.
Yes.
You know, you get all nostalgic. But it's super cool seeing some of the dumb shit we had
right.
as kids. You
It's
know,
the greatest thing ever, though.
well, you know, the kids nowadays don't have any imagination because of it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like back then, you're like, all right, we're gonna make this Adobe out of sticks, hay, and a couple marbles because that's all we got.
Dude, my dad used to bring home as toys.
Asian hookers? No, I wasn't sure.
We had a lumber yard close to us called Wicks Lumber.
Yeah.
And my dad would get stuff from there, and he
Lumber?
Well, no. Look at the look. No, he would get. Yes, he would, but he would get free. They would give him for free or
Sawdust?
the cuttings, and we would burn it.
Oh, yeah,
in our
scraps. The scraps, like kindling wood.
Kindling wood. There you go. We just use it as kindling wood. My dad would, because we have a fireplace here, a wood burning fireplace.
Yeah.
Well, that was a toy for us.
Well, yeah,
It's just-
fire.
Just
You're a kid. Fire's amazing.
Did you ever right? And did you ever use a magnifying lens? And I was idiot.
I used magnifying glasses to light firecrackers.
Did you?
Oh yeah, we grew up on the outskirts of town.
Yes.
You know where I grew up.
Yes.
We had nothing over
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And so we would play in the quarries.
Yes.
You know,
Did you burn plastic like the thing from the newspapers that we burned the plastic on it?
Oh,
And
dude,
that's the first time I got melted plastic. And I'm like, oh, help me, baby.
yeah, that you had to peel out of your skin. I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago. We used to take tennis balls and soak them in gas.
That's insane.
Light
to
them
me.
on fire and kick them at each other. We'd all have like burning fucking spots on us, running around laughing because we're on fire. You know, we burned a lot of stuff.
Did you?
I mean, and it wasn't
You were
like
a pyromaniac.
it wasn't like we were burning a house or anything. We were like,
Right.
man, let's see what this looks like when you burn it.
There were some people that were this.
I do remember.
You're right. There were a
Now,
couple-
mind you, we were on like this road with like 10 houses.
Right.
And the far end of the road, the houses got further and further apart.
Yes.
And the one dude I know, we used to have paper boxes back in the day. They were orange.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
orange, and the
Journal and
carrier
stuff,
would
yeah.
come by and shove the paper in this.
Yes.
It was a rectangle,
Box,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, my friend took said newspaper, took it all apart, crumpled it up, shoved it back in, and lit it,
Oh God.
and ran.
Oh God.
The next day we go by, and it looked like just it melted down the whole post. I'm like, what were you thinking? And of course, there's 10 kids on the road, so they had an idea. Especially the three walking by looking at it like,
Hey, with the inconspicuous
Yeah.
look on their face.
and you walk by it like 5 times.
Back and forth. It might be those kids
Yeah,
in the concert.
exactly.
The one kid with a Polaroid trying to take a photo
Proof.
of it. Oh, dude! Since we're about halfway through, might as well talk about a couple things. Audience members, again, the people that are brave enough to be part of the show, want to thank. I know you're going to be. I told her I'd mention you're going to be using Crest Fence. Check them out for the Fence
obviously
Post
we
guy.
gotta wait till spring because it's 20 degrees out.
Brad, it's PFAFF. Brave, yeah, at 440-365-3002. And the Storm Angels, thank you. I told her I'd mention. I just saw her the other day. I want to thank a big part of the show, Ziggy's and Muscle Vodka.
Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant.com, Muscle Vodka.
around there somewhere. And Andrew Grizzle over at Allstate. He's an independent insurance agent, Allstate Insurance, matter of fact, at North Ridgeville, Ohio, 440-327. The graphic will be on the screen, 8744. Please check them out. Get a hold of him. He'll give you a free quote on your insurance needs, home, auto, life, etc. And also, we are being Beer of the Week brought to you by Brown Hill Market Store at 1605 North Ridge Road, Ohio in Vermilion. You're going to see the graphic will come on the screen as well. This is our Beer of the Week, which is...
This beer of the week is from Market Garden Brewery, and it's called Festivus, and which from Seinfeld. And it's a holiday spiced ale. It's 7.5% alcohol. So let's see how this one... Yeah, could be good, could be bad. You never know.
It could be good. Could
Some
be
of
bad.
these, like I said, some of these are really super good, and some of these are just ass. But this one smells all right.
It almost smells like meat to me.
Meat?
Yeah, dude, that smells...
What the...
That smells like meat.
People do not listen to this butthole. That smells like beer.
That smells like meat. That smells like meatloaf. Almost like...
What?
It smells like meat.
No, it does not.
That smells
It smells like beer.
No, that does not. It smells like meatloaf to me. Festivus smells like meatloaf. Does it taste like meatloaf?
No, it does not taste like meat. It's an all right beer. You could definitely you could get the like all the other Christmas ales, how they have a hint of nutmeg and whatever else in it.
That's what it is. It's the spices in it
Yeah.
that make it smell like
So
the spices I had to meatloaf.
Yeah, I don't know what their other beers are like, but Market Garden Brewery,
Get a hold
check
of
them out. And on the can, there's a hashtag. It's hashtag beer for people. Hashtag beer for people.
There you go.
So if you
Get a hold of them.
one of those people that do the hashtag thing, look for it and let them know you heard about it on Late Night with Ed Money. There you go. .com.
That doesn't do it. Yeah, latenightwithdmoney.com.
And thanks again to Brown Home Country Store,
Yes.
Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant.com,
Yes.
Andrew Gristle at
Yes.
Allstate,
We have a new one.
Muscle vodka.
Yeah, we want to talk about real quick here.
Because we got like can we talk about it?
Yeah, I told
All right.
I told him we would.
Okay, cool.
That we got invited. The place that I always would go to, never really mentioned, the pizza parlor place that I loved. That,
Which is on the complete opposite side of town of some of our other friends.
Yes. A good friend of us bought the place.
We went to school with him.
Yes, it's a place called Sal and Al's. So if you check Sal and Al's Diner, they're at if you're local to them, it's 440-989 food, which is 3663, which is odd because the other ones is Ziggy's is 985 food.
Yeah.
So this one is 989 food, 3663. They are. Does it have their address?
It's Cooper Foster Road, Amherst, Ohio. If you get that far, then you made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've made it, people. Look at the address.
We'll get you the he's working on menus and everything so that I can put a graphic on the screen. But we got the opportunity. What happened was
He was doing a taste testing.
Yeah, of his menu items compared to the present.
He was just he was letting us try his new recipes for certain things. He's keeping the basic menu, but the old owner is taking their pizza recipe, and Bill's Pizza is amazing, so he's bringing his
It's going to be pizza by Billy Boy or something?
Billy Boy's Pizza.
Billy Boy's
at
Pizza.
Sal and Al's.
At Sal and Al's.
And he invited us for a taste testing of like some of his new wing sauces.
Yes.
And
first he did an appetizer, which was great, the mozzie triangles.
Sticks. Yes, they were mozzarella stick triangles.
I can't believe you said you were not a fan of maybe eggplant or...
I don't like the zucchini fries you were talking about,
that's what
but they don't have those there. But we were talking before he brought the mozzarella sticks out. I'm like, there's a certain ratio of breading to cheese that will make or break a mozzarella stick. And it's because if you get too much mozzarella, mozzarella doesn't have all that much of a flavor.
Right. I agree with you.
And the breading makes it. But it could go one way or the other. And the ones he brought out were actually really good.
What I really liked is he did the triangle. Now the difference is I've had mozzie sticks, and what happens is for whatever reason it shrinks in there, and it's just a giant thing of coating in a very thin layer of mozzarella.
So that's what you took home and used. It's warm.
Put lipstick on the mozzie stick. You're gonna be mine tonight.
You're mine, Mott Sticks, and then I'm gonna eat you.
Oh God.
So anyhow, he brought the Mott Sticks were amazing.
It was good. And here's a difference too. On an appetizer like that, you can't. There's a couple different coatings. Some people use panko breadcrumbs. Some people use like a dough on their mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't like that. He used like a panko or a cornbread.
I don't know what it was, but it was really good. The spices on it were good.
Yes.
And he makes his own marinara there, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it was really good.
Then,
oh God,
then he brought out one of his creations.
The first,
which is
pizza.
Which is a pizza. It was a buffalo chicken.
Yes.
No.
Barbecue
chicken pizza. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
He nailed it.
Yes.
I've had pizzas like that before, and I even told him, I'm like, dude, I would fucking sleep on this.
Right. For the audience out there, the part that was crazy, that when you first look at it and say, how is this going to work, is that you get this, it's chicken, he's got the accoutrements of a barbecue chicken, then a barbecue sauce on it.
And then, I don't know if it was a cheddar cheese, maybe? It was a cheese.
It was a 3 cheese blend.
Oh, that's right. It was a three cheese blend. Taint, Famunda, and
something else.
I was just kidding. There's no such thing as taint Famunda. Famunda cheese is the cheese from under your balls. And the taint is taint quite your balls and taint quite your asshole. So no, it was none of those cheeses.
No, but he had a 3 cheese blend.
Yeah, and it was whatever he did,
he had pickles on it. You'd think
they were dill pickle slices.
Yes, you didn't think it would work until you ate it.
And then it was fucking amazing.
As soon as you bit into it, it worked.
Yeah,
it was the craziest thing. That I like that. Like some people have made a cheese. Have you ever had a cheeseburger pizza before?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look at me.
You wouldn't think it would work, and
but
it does.
But
it does.
I'm under the guys. If you want a cheeseburger,
are you a white sauce pizza guy? Have you ever had white sauce pizza?
I don't like it.
That's an Alfredo, right? Yes.
But it's not what I want on a pizza. On a pizza, I love chicken Alfredo.
Yes.
I love a 3 cheese tortellini with a good Alfredo.
Yes.
But not on my pizza.
Right. He had that. He had a regular pepperoni
And then you
pizza,
had pepperoni
which I
and
liked.
sausage or pepperoni and bacon.
Pepperoni sausage.
And
you had that.
it's the old school crust.
Right.
It's not a it's not a like a chain crust.
Right.
You know what I mean? It tastes really good.
The funny part was for the audience, the way it went, you had to be at the table.
Oh God! Now, mind you, there was
Right.
Byron, who is not here tonight.
Byron was
Ed
there.
sat next to him. Then there was me, and then an old friend of ours we grew up with named
Slapper.
Keith.
Yeah, Slapper Keith.
Slapper Keith. You'll maybe in another show we'll talk about why they call him Slapper, but not now.
The funny part was, when I get there, they had already gotten there. No, yeah, except
Yeah,
for Keith.
it was. There's Byron and I rode together, so we were there. And then you showed up.
Right, and I show up. I see the previous owner was there. I said hi to him, and then I see the
Because
girls
they're doing the changing of the guards over a month period. You know what I mean?
So I go over and I go to sit at the table. I sit down with them, and this is where you're going. Oh God, it's going to begin. You sit down at the table. We're doing a tasting, everyone. So this and the new owner, Billy's Pizza, Billy Boy's Pizza, Bill. Intentionally, for the audience out there, he intentionally made it later in the night,
Right.
knowing that it's not going to be busy.
Because of us.
Us animals are going to be there.
Yeah.
right. So we
Because you get us together.
yes.
Outside of the show, we're loud.
Yes.
We're idiots.
Well, that's what happened. So we sit down for the we sit
and now
down.
don't let me
Right.
Don't think that Billy Boy's Pizza owner, a Sal and Al's and Billy Boy's Pizza isn't loud like us.
No, right,
Because he
yeah.
is. Because we all grew up together.
all grew up together.
We all went to school together. We all know each other,
that made the difference. So we sit down, and all of a sudden,
and we could be honest with him without hurting his feelings.
right. I think
But
you
we-
appreciate that. I think you appreciated that don't
Because
you?
everything he brought out was
really
good,
good.
so I couldn't be like, "This is trash." It was all good, which I'm glad because I didn't want to eat something shitty. You know,
And he's gonna do mushroom stuff.
I cannot wait. I love breaded mushrooms. Anyhow,
So he's
in comes our fourth.
In comes Slapper Keith. Slapper Keith comes in and he's standing. This Goomba, what it is that we have, there was a table, one or two people with that, and then further down was one or two. That was it in the whole restaurant.
in the whole restaurant.
The whole restaurant for everybody else. Envision you're in a restaurant, there's us at one table and two tables next to us of just random cup
They were older people.
Older there.
Which I'm surprised because they usually eat at like 4.
but what happens is you come in, you said something, and he was super loud right off the rip. Slapper Keith was standing there, and you said something to him. He goes, "I'm used to people looking at me like that." And then he comes over, sits on the table, goes, "Man, do I have to use the restroom?"
And he's not even like just talking to us. He's at like an 11. And I'm like, oh, this is funny. It's like all of a sudden our train is wrecking and we know how this evening's going to be.
And I was like, "Oh God, did he just say he has to go to the restroom?" And so he goes, "Yeah, I've been waiting for an hour. I have to go to the restroom." And I'm thinking, he does not have to pee.
Now, mind you, he
Right.
lives 10 minutes away. I don't know why he waited an hour to go to the bathroom. Maybe he wanted to use Sal and Al's bathroom. I don't know. But both were occupied when he walked back there. So he walks back to the table all pissed off. They're both taken. Both the bathrooms are taken. Like he's at a loss that people use the bathroom at a restaurant.
Right. So for the audience out there, it isn't like there's multiple stalls. It's it's a very small restaurant. So there's a men's with one toilet.
Maybe 1,500 square feet?
If that.
Well, I'm counting the other side too.
Right. They have for the audience, they have a place called George's Tin Roof ice cream. It's really amazing handmade ice cream. It's hand scooped.
Is it handmade?
Yeah, I know the people that they don't make it there.
Oh, okay.
They have an off-site people that make it for them.
Sounds good.
And ice cream people that make it for them. When I know those people that do it because I used to sell to them.
Yeah.
So he comes back. Well, the funny we sits down. And I'm like, oh my God, Slapper Keith's going to be so. He sits down, and this goober and Wayne has the perfect tempo.
Wayne can do an impersonation of them,
the way
like none other.
The way that he does his speech. He doesn't speak normal. He has like this weird tempo. The way
he's like.
The way
Do you remember the Big Bear on the cartoons where he's like, "Why is he?" He talks like Patrick from SpongeBob.
That's right.
Why is he stupid?
Right. Yes,
You know, I just got back from Thailand.
he does talk like Patrick. That's it.
He's Patrick.
He's Patrick from SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
And he sat down, and I thought he was still in Thailand. So I said, "Hey,
No.
man," he says,
You can
"No."
tell by the sweater, which I immediately picked up on and busted on. I'm like, "Hey, Grandpa, where'd you get that sweater?"
I liked it, unfortunately.
I know you did.
I know.
You eyed it up as soon as he sat down. You're like,
That's a good sweater.
That's a nice sweater,
And
Grandpa.
I did. I go, it's a good sweater. And he says, I'm comfy just sitting here. And then he went, came back, said, both restrooms were used. I go, both restrooms? He goes, well, the men's was locked. Someone was in there, so I identified it as a woman, and I wanted to go in the woman's bathroom. But there was a woman in the bathroom. Like, he was mad.
that somebody was using the bathroom.
He was mad. So we're like, God damn it. So
And he's not quiet.
He's not. So then they brought over, this was a funny, I was like, God damn, you guys are like Wolverines. He comes over and brought the pizza to us for the audience.
Well, he's describing the pizza, sets it down, and we're like, I'm going to eat it right in
Dude,
front of you. I don't give a shit.
He hit the table. If that stuff could have popped off and you guys would have caught it before it went back down. And I said, I'm going to wait a second.
And we're looking at you like, don't be a bitch.
Right? You guys are like, no, until you bit in it and you're like, oh, it's hot.
That
It's
wasn't
hot.
me. I ate it.
Maybe it was Byron that was sitting there.
No, we both did. See, here's
was-
the thing that
it
Ed
was super
never
hot,
had to
dude.
like callus up his tongue because when you work somewhere and you only have 5 minutes to eat,
Callous up.
yeah,
your tongue.
you're gonna them burns are gonna callus. So you can eat hot food like that, temperature hot, not spicy hot,
When you get the top of your roof burnt
and
from-
it turns into a tortoise shell.
Oh, and it hangs down the piece.
It's like cobwebs in the Munsters house.
I let pizza cool enough.
We didn't.
And you got, and that's what the first one. What's the barbecue chicken?
The first one was barbecue chicken pizza.
And then the
Then he
next
brought out a pepperoni pizza.
pepperoni and sausage on some. And then came the calzone.
Then he brought out a calzone.
Then he brought out a massive which we ended up sharing with the table next to us for the audience out there. We shared the calzone with because it was so much common. And then dude, here's the thing for the audience out there. I love garlic Parmesan wings. Love it.
He's creating his own wing sauces.
Yes.
And he used to own a pizza shop before.
Yes.
So I know his pizzas are amazing and his wings are amazing.
Yes.
But I'm like, dude, I want to try some wing sauces because I haven't had them in a number of years. And he brought over his just his traditional buffalo wing sauce, which was one of them that he whipped up back there. And it's awesome.
It's good.
And then
it
he
had a little bite at the end. Just
right.
a little bite
and
at
then
the
he
end.
brought over his spicy garlic Parmesan
That
sauce.
was great.
And you ever get garlic parm wings and it's
This
just
is
like butter
right.
with like garlic and some Parmesan thrown on it and it just runs off.
It's
and
terrible.
Yeah. No, his was like a thick, like creamier, and oh my God, was it good.
I made a comment. I go, dude, the garlic in there is suspended. Like it's suspended in there so that when you get the dip of it, it stays. It doesn't, when you pick it up, it goes, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, you're eating a garlic Parmesan wing.
Dude, that was good.
And I know I've had a couple of his other wing sauces. Now, mind you, this is years ago.
Yeah.
And they were all amazing. All the sauces are so good.
Yeah, well, he had that. He had something else. He brought a marinara over, which he made.
Yeah,
the
for
house
the calzone.
marinara. For the calzone, I thought he had two sauces. Was it a barbecue? Because maybe Byron kept it there and he was nibbling on it.
I don't remember that.
I thought there was another, and he said that
he's got a number of other pizzas he's going to bring us in and try before he unveils them.
Pulled pork, and he's having grinder sandwiches.
Yes, he's also going to have hoagies. Yes, which not a lot of.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
no, there's only one place.
Well, our other sponsor has some grinders.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, and
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have grinders on their menu.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right.
Yeah, so if you're also
Ziggy's.
Go to Ziggy'sPubandRestaurant.com if you're looking for grinders.
You know what?
They're good. I've had them. I always hate the one I really like. I hate ordering it at Ziggy's.
Why is that?
It's called the Italian Stallion. I'm like, I'll have an Italian Stallion. Hot. I hate ordering it.
Here's the difference. This is a weird thing. Is there a difference between a sub, a hoagie, and a grinder? Is one of them like the bun isn't split and one is like a sandwich?
Doesn't one have a hinge and the other one doesn't?
Does that make a difference, do you think?
No, fuck
like
no. I'll eat any of them. I don't give a shit.
I think it does. Because here's the thing. When I go to Subway, I'll use Subway as an example. I know you're not a big fan of Subway.
It's okay. I mean, I like Subway, but it's okay. I would go to other places for those kind of sandwiches.
Really?
But I'll eat a Subway.
Because here's the thing. When you Subway, they cut it down the center and they fold it open. It's attached.
There's like a hinge.
There's a hinge. And when they load it up and then you go to bite it, everything goes and shoots out the side.
At the end?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't
especially
like
a meatball sub. You go to bite a meatball, and you either get the whole meatball or no meatball. If you get no meatball, you're popping the last one and lying out. You know what I'm saying? You take a bite, you get the marinara, the cheese, and bread.
Right. Now,
And the last meatball, last man standing's out in the little tray.
now, are you a guy, if you get a meatball sub, do you throw green peppers on
I
it?
put
onions?
banana pepper rings on it.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Your kid, I do.
I do, you get the marinara, you get the provolone, and the banana pepper rings with, that's all I need.
I'm the guy that if I go to, no matter what sandwich I get at Subway, I tell them put everything in because
Because you're cheap.
you're paying for it anyways.
Yeah, but it changes the
Flavor and texture?
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to put lettuce on a meatball sub.
I have, because here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Why?
I do it.
The lettuce gets mushy because it's hot.
Oh, I agree with that statement, but I do it because of the fact that it makes you also are a person. You would eat the whole goddamn hoagie or whole Subway sub.
I do.
That's
And
insane.
they're not. Thank you, Subway, for embedding the $5 $5 foot long song in our head.
Right.
And they're not
Not
$5.
That's right. They're not
Jerks.
$7 or something.
Yeah.
The thing is,
$9 foot longs. Jerks.
it just doesn't roll off the tongue
No.
the same, does it? I can't eat my version of the Subway sub because I put so much on there that I can't. So it's 2 meals for me, and I'm happy about that.
Yes, because I want wilted lettuce on a meatball sub the next day. So not only is your bread mushy, your lettuce is mushy.
Well, it's
You're
that
not
makes-
making sense,
it's
Ed.
not
Your
that
argument
makes
is falling flat.
I use one section for lunch and the others for dinner. So I usually eat it in the same day. It's 2 meals.
But it's still mushy by the time you get to part 2.
But that's why I don't often get the meatball. I don't. I don't often get you know what it is? It reminds me of the food when I go out to eat is I never get foods that I can make at home. I feel better. Like I don't go out and get spaghetti because I can make spaghetti better at home.
Fair enough.
I don't go out often. I don't go out and get a steak. I feel
Ever. Ever. Honestly, 9 times out of 10, I will not go out and get steak.
because you probably make it your
I make a
version
killer
of
steak.
right at yourself at home.
Yeah, but that and there are things at the restaurant that I would rather have them make for me.
Real.
Anybody can make a steak.
I agree. Do you know what I love? This was in our spot, Ziggy's. They used to have it on their menu. Loved it. And I tried at home, and I make a good one. I like meatloaf. You don't, right? No,
I can
it's-
do meatloaf.
It's Monk that doesn't like
Yeah,
meatloaf.
yeah.
Is that
It's not the first thing I'm going to order.
But they used to have a meatloaf sandwich that they would fry on both sides, so it had
Would
like.
they put mashed potatoes on it with gravy, like a red gravy?
If you asked for it, you could have. But
That would have been amazing.
yeah, it was a sandwich.
And they toasted the bread.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a bun. It was
yeah.
like a bun. And I see, oh dude, I'm watering just thinking.
I was like, are you slobbering over there?
It was so good, and they took it off the menu because whoever used to make their meatloaf left. Right, that's the worst part of going to a place that you like.
Right.
is you get their food menu because
But they gotta keep it fresh though. A menu has to change every once in a while. Because I hate going somewhere.
And you've tried everything.
Yeah, and you're just like, what's so different?
Do you? Have you ever? Okay, you're not a Cyclops egg on a burger, are you?
I love.
Oh, you
fucking-
got a
I
Cyclops
love
burger?
breakfast
Okay.
burgers.
Breakfast burgers are good.
Yeah, with the hash brown on
Yes.
it, the bacon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you a seafood spaghetti kind of person or seafood
I only do a seafood pasta once a year.
Oh, okay.
We
during
do the
Christmas
7
time.
fishes.
Yeah,
I normally don't order pasta when I go out.
because you make better at home.
Right. I got my grandma's recipe.
Is that what you use? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, here's my mom. We're both Dagos for the audience out there.
Yeah.
Is my mom likes very watery sauce.
That is
the
that's
traditional.
But you
don't
can
like
you
it,
can
though.
cook it down.
to make a
No, you can cook it down. You don't have to cook it down to maple syrup, but you can cook it down so it's not as thin.
But here's another thing too, and this is weird. It must be because she grew up on the orphan. She's part of the. I think my mom. If I pull her
Your
lid
mom's
down,
a test tube baby?
She's got a clone number. Right? She's she's
right.
Oh, I got a story on what happened to her. That's what I was going to tell you the story. But that she doesn't like. She likes meat in the sauce,
I like-
but doesn't
I like
like
meat
to
in sauce.
eat the meat. She will push the meat out to the edges of the plate, but likes because it adds flavor.
Well, yeah. Like if you put spicy sausage in it,
I
it
love sausage and spaghetti.
of course you do.
What is
You'll eat sausage anywhere. But yeah, you put a spicy Italian sausage and let it cook in the
sauce?
just like your meatballs. You let it cook in the sauce.
Absolutely,
It brings
dude.
out.
Oh,
It gives it a different flavor. You get these people that just cook a red sauce with nothing.
I hate that.
Well, just like back in the day, they used to put like chicken parts in the sauce. And let it cook.
Okay, I'm not a big. Yes, I've had that, but see, my sister's the same way. Her idea of spaghetti, my older sister, her idea is she pops open a can of ragu or Prego, throws it in the thing, stirs it up a little, maybe threw some pepper, some sugar in there, and then throws it on the spaghetti, and that's spaghetti.
She doesn't. You can doctor that stuff up pretty good.
Absolutely, dude.
You can brown the garlic in an olive oil.
Yes.
Put it in there. Put your red pepper seeds in there. Oregano, basil,
Yeah, see,
and you can make it.
right. I'm one of the first ones to tell you I buy the basic generic spaghetti sauce, and
Because it's a nickel.
I get it at Goodwill with my lunch meat.
Yeah, you can't get it at Big Lots anymore. They're closing them all. You better go up there and buy as much as you can before they're done.
Right, dude. I love it because
But they're opening up an Ollie's out here, from what I heard.
Oh, perfect.
I
That's
know, I
perfect.
love
Right.
Ollie's.
I love Ollie's too. I'll take, because I had diced tomato. I doctored the shit out of that. I use it as a base. I mean, I've done it where you take the tomato sauce and you
Dude,
add
when
the
you're in
tomato
a pinch,
paste.
you can add all that shit. Add your meatballs. Add your sausage.
But I can eat sausage.
I know you can. I've seen you. I didn't want to click on the
I
video.
walk around the house like this.
You eat so much sausage, you got stretch marks around your lips. Were you a smoker? Maybe.
That's why I grow this. The
flavor saver?
Dude, do you know what it is? Is growing up, my mom used to take us out, and we would get I don't think they call them po' boys, where it's sausage. Do you know who did it? Lombardi's.
Oh yeah, they had their spicy Italian sausages. Lombardi's Italian sausage stand. He put all his kids through
Loved it.
college with that thing.
Loved their goddamn
Mario's
sausage.
Italian sausage.
But it was the greatest
Yep.
thing.
I don't even know if he still
ever.
does it at Jamie's or not.
We would get two things. We would get the
Italian sausage sandwich.
the Italian from Lombardi's, and we get They would always almost park next to us.
Honeycutt's lemonade. Hell yeah.
That's exactly it, dude. We would get the lemonade from Honeycutt's, and we get Lombardi's. And I grew up eating that because they had it at like Jamie's Flea Market.
They had it at all our. We used to have a jamboree in town.
Every
The
jamboree,
potato festival.
everyone had that.
Yeah.
So growing up, we were constantly.
That was like a staple at our little things.
Well-
you were mad if they didn't show up to like the downtown event.
goddamn right. That's not a joke.
I knew where they lived. I need to speak to Mario, the Italian sausage guy, right now. I have $3.75, and I want my. Are you in there, Mario?
Don't tell me he has the poops.
I hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you in there, Mario.
Right, dude. That loves it. My mom would take it all the time. And that Mario's Italian sausage with the peppers and onions on there,
Yeah.
and the honeycut lemonade was the shit.
Yeah, well, dude, and
It was the shit.
we've talked about this before. Back in the day, that was a treat for us. 'Cause
Treat.
we,
Dude.
like going to McDonald's was a treat, and going to
Oh.
Burger King was a treat.
Right.
It's just there was, the recession was in the 70s,
Yes.
so
Yes.
people had money, but not money to burn.
But now here's the difference. I'm just recently, because again, this is this is me.
You're getting your stretch marks lasered off.
Botox. I'm Botoxing my stretch marks on my mouth. No, she would always get, like, my mom would always to try and do it at home. And when we'd buy like the bad hoagie buns, we try and do it at home.
Dude, the bad hoagie buns are still hoagie
It's so
buns.
good, so good buns.
See, my mom used to try to play off. These are just bigger hot dog buns. Here, put it on a hot dog bun.
Yeah, that was
Or bread.
that was the
Or
worst.
fucking bread. They'd fold it around like a bread taco, and you're like, God dang it. It would get all mushy at the hinge. It'd fall right through when you take a bite.
Did I hate it? But we would she'd just buy the Eckridge sausage ring,
Yeah.
which was fine. It's fine because you can get some of them where they're that's fine. Those are fine in a pinch.
Mom, why is it unrolled and there's lipstick at the other end?
This is for your
It's
brother.
like a balloon animal.
That's right. She done rolling. This one's for Ed's. And I'm over at my high chair just doing this. No, I've just recently been going to a local meat place, Plansky's, and getting.
Yeah, I love Plansky's. Got great meat.
They have. You can buy like not German. What's German? Is that
Bratwurst.
Is that the same as is it just their why is it white? That's my first question.
Italian sausage is Italian sausage. I don't know the difference between
what-
Polish sausage, Italian.
Right.
I can eat them and tell you the difference. I can look at them and tell you the difference.
Yeah, but
what's in them, I have no idea.
Why is it white? That always scared me because I'm like, a brat is supposed to be white, right?
I have no idea. I'll just throw it on my grill and they all get burnt up.
This is what you do. You're like, that's white. Just cook it till it's burnt.
It's like the old when we were young. Everybody had stick shifts.
Oh God!
Grind it till you find it. Cook it till you burn it.
Dude, my sister to this day loves burnt hot dogs.
I like burnt hot dogs.
Do you?
Yeah,
Stop it.
I do. I'm always like, give me the crispiest one on the roller.
Are you kidding me?
Honest to God.
Do you make yours at home? Do you?
When I
burn
put them in the air fryer, because air fryer hot dogs taste like roller dogs,
And you-
they're like 6 minutes is all you need. 8.
But the inside isn't juicy. Then
Yeah,
it's
it is.
still kind of crunchy.
Well, that's because you get that shitty BBQ brand. You got to get like Hebrew
Do
Nationals
you
or
remember-
Nathan's.
Dude, I did. What? There was one. It
It
was
used to be called BBQ,
Was it?
and it was like a pate in the middle. I don't even know what it was, but they were the worst hot dogs ever.
It was made out of goose liver.
I'm like, are these vegan? What is this?
Hot dogs are shit. And then if you were lucky and you're one of the last people, you could take 2 dogs and you put them together and you did the 2-dog deal. And I'm one of those. Same thing with my Italian sausage. I love mustard on it.
On Italian sausage?
Yes.
Oh, see, I like
Love the mustard.
I like
Peppers and onions.
Peppers and onions.
And then you throw mustard, give it a little tang to it. Either the brown, which is best, the Dijon.
A little wang. No, I don't put
And
mustard
then
on Italian
I just
sausage.
lick the tip on it.
I'll put marinara sauce on Italian sausage with the peppers and onions.
I've had. Do you know what I had recently too? My brother.
A scorching case of herpes? No, I didn't know. You said, guess what you had? And I'm like, well, maybe that canker sore was
I
something.
thought the lipstick.
Maybe it was a telltale sign.
The lipstick covered it up. No, my brother got me, and it was the dumbest thing ever till I tried it. Is he would take salami, hard salami, put the sausage on there, and then put marinara sauce on it, and eat it that way.
Have you ever fried salami
I have not.
or grilled it?
No, really. Really?
Trust me on this.
Salami.
Salami. That's what's on a Roman burger, I think. I think it's a fried salami
Really?
on a
See,
patty.
Roman burgers
I
are
love Roman burgers, but you can't afford them. You got to fucking take out a Mr. Hero. I don't know what you're doing, but you priced yourself out of my range. You know, unless you got a coupon, you ain't eating at Mr. Hero.
Dude, I swear, the last time I went into Mr. Hero, the lady at the register goes, "I'm looking at you, and you can't afford it.
Yeah.
You can't afford to."
Go on down to the Burger King, would you? We can't help you here.
She's doing the, you know.
She looked down her nose
she's
at
tearing
you.
The kid, tearing
She's
the
like-
right. She looked at, go on down. Because here's the thing,
Go to the gas station next door. They got roller dogs.
everybody growing up. That's when not the franchise wars, when the food wars were starting. All the different
Starting to heat up.
just starting to heat up.
Yeah.
Between Wendy's and because
Well, we had Casey's. We had Burger Chef. We had.
no wait. Do you know we also had Rax?
I loved Rax roast beef.
We had a Rax roast beef.
They had an all-you-can-eat salad bar that was amazing.
Yes.
Me and Gary would go in there all high.
Was it
and
in Vermilion?
No, it was right next to where Wendy's is now on 58.
That was a Rally's. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Me and Gary go in there all high, and we would take the because it was like a taco bar too, and we'd take the soft taco shells and load it with chocolate pudding. It's the best chocolate taco ever. Be all baked.
You would eat. Wait
We
a second. You would take a taco shell and you would.
but it was a soft taco shell.
And you was it?
In my defense, it was a soft taco
and
shell.
you would fill it with pudding?
Chocolate pudding. They had chocolate pudding on there. They had all the taco fillings. We'd like, Gary and I honestly would go up there like 6 times, 6 platefuls, and they'd be looking at us like, what are you doing? We're like, it's dessert time now. Our buzz is peaking.
I just can't admit one bite. Everything.
Oh no,
should
you
go
fold
in
the end
bay.
up. Yeah, there was a whole technique to this. It was like
get
it was
outta
like
here.
a chocolate pudding burrito.
Are you kidding me?
It was awesome.
Yeah, chocolate. I can't.
It was awesome. I'm telling you.
And then I don't ever remember them being a salad bar there. I do
Yeah, but
remember
it had like tacos and all kind of just stuff. Like nachos
yes.
and all that. Yeah.
I remember those. See, here's the thing too. The ironic thing is you are not a fan of buffets now. I mean, you go, but
It depends. It was if it's like the $100 buffet at Caesar's and somebody's
Yes.
paying for it, I'm gonna go
Yes.
because I know little kids aren't sticking their hands in a $100 person buffet.
right,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they're not even in there.
right.
So,
But you wouldn't go. I watch videos of these people that even
like on a cruise ship,
Yes.
they
Yeah.
dull it. They scoop it out for you.
So you'd eat a buffet there because
They're doing the serving.
they're doing the service.
Yeah, it's not like you got Stucky the mop boy up there with a booger on his finger reaching in for a roll. You know what I mean? Yeah,
He's flicking the whole
right.
time.
That was the one good thing to come out of COVID was them scooping the shit for you.
Right, he's trying to get it off his finger.
Yeah.
I'll be with you in a second.
He's over there like rolling it. And,
Every finger, it's like, oh, it's on everything flicking, it's on that
rolling and stretching it. Come on, turn back to dirt. Go back to where you came.
He's trying to put it back in, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had great places around here.
Yeah, and we
growing
had a
up,
place called
Bob's
GD
Big-
Ritzy's.
I don't remember the GD Ritz.
It's where Dunkin' Donuts is now.
Oh, okay. That used to be Rallies, which I love. Love Rallies.
It was
Love
before
Rallies.
Rallies. It was called GD Ritzy's.
You're
and
kidding.
they did smash burgers.
I love a smash burger. That's why I love it.
And-
Ziggy's.
except
has
they
a
had
smash
those
burger.
little shitty teeny tiny fries.
I hate shoestring fried. Do you know who does
They were like steak and shake.
Steak and Shake. Can't
It was
stand those.
similar
Can't
to Steak and
stand it.
Shake.
I'm not.
But you
a
could
fan
get
of
like vanilla Cokes, like straight from the
Really?
phosphate kind. Yeah.
See, it's the up until Ziggy's is one of the few places because we know Councilman Joe goes there.
Which is an awesome dude. I can't wait to have him on the show.
Yes, he said
If Wayne ever comes back.
I've got to get him back on the. He said as soon as he said get a hold of him, we'll get him on because he wants to make fun of Bueno Bueno. that he's the one who told me they clean their lines.
Yeah.
and that's the scary thing. That's why I don't like draft.
I
beer
told you I had food poisoning from a draft beer line.
at the IX Center or something.
Yeah, I
right?
was sick for 2 weeks. Like sick for 2 weeks.
like it physically.
Like lost 14 pounds. Wow. Which I'm probably going to go back this week and try to get it again. I'm pushing maximum density after the holidays.
You're eating raw foods, hoping for a tapeworm.
Yeah,
Just
you going to eat that raw bacon? Throw it over here. Yeah, bring it over. Salmonella, schmelmonella.
Oh God, that's great. No, we had Rallies was there. We had a Rallies over
Yeah.
there, which I loved. Rallies, terrible parking, great place.
Loved rallies, yeah.
Yeah, they were meant to be a to-go place, right?
No, they were supposed to compete with Arby's
Were they?
because they were Rallies roast beef.
Wait,
Or Rex was. I'm sorry, I was
Rex,
thinking of Rex.
right,
Yeah,
right,
Rallies. Yeah, they had parking. You went in. They had like booths. Oh no, I'm thinking of GD Ritzy's. Rallies just had 2 drive-throughs.
That's it.
and a handful of tables outside.
That's what they have in Elyria. It's just
Yeah.
that's the only place around. I loved it because for the audience
A
out
Big
there,
Buford?
Big Buford,
and their fries.
classic sandwiches. That was a Big Buford with those crazy good fries, which I
Yeah.
like. That you go to Bob's Big Boy, a Big Boy sandwich. Well, you didn't
I
like.
love an oh boy.
Oh, one of the greatest sandwiches ever. It's dumb, it's crazy, but you grow up eating it. It's iconic. You wonder what people overseas, what would be a iconic food for you? Put it in the comments or something, or get a hold of us or send us a message. I mean, can you imagine like Finland sardines is like a sardine? It might be their like
Their go-to.
their comfort food is a sardine sandwich.
You know, but we have a lot of choices over here.
Like I found out watching videos that a lot of people overseas don't eat eggs or something like that for breakfast. They'll have like soup or noodles or something like that. Don't give me a look. Yeah,
No, yeah, I've never heard Lego
Yes.
my noodle. No, it's Lego my Yego.
you put it in the toaster.
Lego my noodle.
toaster. I'm not an Eggo guy, but I know I got them in the house.
I love Eggos.
I'm just not an Eggo
Eggos
guy.
in the air fryer are amazing
Are they?
because they get crispy on the outside, but they're soft and fluffy on the inside.
A toaster does that too.
No, air fryer.
You wait till you get a good buildup in the toaster.
Your toaster is one step away from house fire. You can barely fit a Pop-Tart because there's so much buildup in the slots on your toaster. It's called if it was a grill, it'd be seasoned.
I get a seasoned toaster. You can barely see the lines of the heaters coming through. Oh God, that's why I clean them.
Your toaster sets off the smoke alarm. Eggos are done. Hey, stupid, come get your Pop-Tart.
See, that's one of the foods. Very few times do I eat Pop-Tarts.
I used to eat Pop-Tarts all the time when I was working because you don't have to eat them hot.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? I'd unwrap it.
What's your
and eat
go-to flavor? Strawberry,
Chocolate.
chocolate Pop-Tart?
Yeah,
Really?
it was a chocolate Pop-Tart with chocolate frosting on top, but vanilla in the middle.
Oh God,
It was delicious.
dude. It probably did you eat it and go?
No, I would eat Pop-Tarts like everything else and be like, well, I don't have a gallbladder. I have to poop now. That's just the way it is. You'd think I'd be skinny as fuck.
Same thing with me.
Yeah, we're not.
Same thing, dude. Another
We're like those two fat twins in the Guinness Book of World Records on the mini bikes.
It's us, and I don't get it. With tapeworms and everything,
Yeah.
we're still fat. Even
Here
the,
I am drinking an RC.
even the tapeworms are fat.
They do an ultrasound. You got a 5-pound tapeworm in there, but it's only 4 inches long.
Our tapeworms have tapeworms.
Our tapeworms have diabetes. My tapeworm's missing a toe. I get like a prescription in the mail. It's insulin for my tapeworm.
Oh God, the tapeworm has gout.
It's sitting in my colon with its foot up on a little pillow and can't touch its toe.
It's missing it. It's your
My tapeworm can't wear flip-flops.
Oh, we are over.
Are we all right?
Yeah, we're over. It's all right. I just want please check, like, share, subscribe. Tell two people makes a world of difference. We're going to be leaving you with the song "Not Getting Younger" by Maybe You'll Love It. It's a synthwave. To me, it reminds me of the old '80s Elizabeth Daily. I want to say Dottie from Dottie from Pee-wee's. Yeah, she was a singer. That weird kind of like.
She was also the voice of Tommy Pickles on the Rugrats.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You're kidding? Really?
But she was one of the voices. I think it was Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, she was adorable. Dude,
She
beautiful,
still is.
Beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Just
In Valley Girl, she takes off her top and you can see her boobs.
I know that because Monk. I asked him. I said, "What was the name of that girl?" And he sent me a photo. That photo. He saw. I'll have to show you.
Yeah, she was hot.
She was beautiful.
But
girl.
anyways, check out our sponsors, Ziggy'sPubAndRestaurant.com, Muscle
Yes.
Vodka,
Yes.
Andrew Grizzle at Allstate,
Yep.
Brownhelm Country
Market Store.
and now Sal and Al's Diner in Amherst, Ohio,
Yes.
on Cooper Foster Road.
Yes, at 440-989-FOOD 3663. That's what that is. So
And
check them
anybody
out.
else? Oh, Crest Fence.
Yes, check out anybody we.
And
we
like I
talk
said,
about.
if you want us to mention you or you want us to even wear your band shirt,
Yes.
I'm a 2XL. My tapeworm is a 1XL. You stick it out. That's a hernia, you dumbass.
Even that is a t-shirt.
Yeah, my hernia is a 2XL.
Audience, check it out. Thank you for all things you do. Like, share, subscribe. Always remember that you are somebody, and don't be materialistic because it gets you nowhere. And after that, we are out of here. Oh, I forgot to mention you. Just us.
I would never blame you if you left. No, I won't be the one to hold you back. 'Cause we can stop the time, it's just the fact. We're not getting younger, we're not getting younger. In the bed we made, I lay wide awake, but I keep losing myself in these daydreams. You're right next to me, I can hear you sleep.
been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.